Hi everyone, it's Monday the 28th of December and I'm going to be going up the river tomorrow to have a session. Conditions up there are going to be, I would imagine, absolutely atrocious. I've just checked the water levels now on the Sake and Weir website, and it's in the red, as I expected it to be. So it's going to be very difficult. I've seen videos. Somebody sent me some videos of what it's like up there over the last few days, and it's right across the fields, and you know, as it was before. So it's going to be difficult. But I need to get up there. I want to have a session, and I've decided I'm going to go tomorrow. As I speak now, it's actually raining now. So although on the website it's saying the river levels are falling, I would imagine that might well change today. So I thought I'd do the introduction now because it's going to be a bit difficult up there tomorrow. It's going to be mud. It's going to be wet. It's not going to be very pleasant. So I thought I'd just let you know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, or hopefully to be doing tomorrow. Now, I've been talking to a few anglers who fish the river, and they all say the same thing. They're all saying the same thing to me: where are the bream? So with that in mind, I was going to have a session trying to see if I could catch one, or a chub maybe, you know, because my last 4 or 5 sessions now have basically been waggler fishing for roach, silverfish, etc., and I've done really well. I've been really pleased with it. The fish has been in great. The river's been in great form for silverfish on the float. But I thought this time I'd give it a go on the feeder. What with the conditions as well. You know, I don't think float fishing is going to be an option, to be honest with you. I was going to be going to Beckley Bridge, but I think that's going to be totally out of the question. So it looks like my only option is the peg that I always fish when the river is over its banks or it's flooded, and that is the gate peg by the fork. As you know, if you watch my videos, I've fished there several times. I've always caught there, even if it's only, I think the least I've caught there is a couple of small roach. I have had a couple of bream from there in the past. I had one of £4. That was the time I caught one on the first cast of the session and didn't have anything else. So it's a bit hopeful, you know. There could be, you know, maybe a chub or something like that, or even a perch. But to be honest with you, just get a fishing session in this Christmas holiday, because it's been about 3 or 4 weeks since I had my last session now. So I can't wait to get up there. So I'm going to be going tomorrow. I'm going to be taking 2 feeder rods, my Shakespeare Omni feeder, which I think is about 8 foot, and my Advante Discovery feeder rod. That's what I'm going to be using, and we'll see how it goes. Now, bait wise, well, ground bait wise, I've got this. It's a sweet oatmeal ground bait, and let's put my glasses on. I'll be able to read it a bit better. Not oatmeal, what am I talking about? Fish meal. It's a sweet fish meal ground bait, F1 original. So that is what I'm using tomorrow, and I've also got some cheese and garlic ground bait left over from another session, so I can take that with me as well. I'll have red maggots, just red maggots. In fact, I bought them about 8 days ago. They're alright at the moment. I've kept them nice and cool. So I've got those. I'll take bread, and I've got some worms as well, which I think could be crucial tomorrow. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see how it goes, and you know, it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy, as I know from the past when I've done this, fished up there on a flooded river. But I've always caught something up there. So it's not the peg I would have chose. You know, I've fished it quite a few times, and I'd like to fish somewhere else. I really wanted to go to Beckley Bridge. That's where I wanted to fish. I haven't been there for ages now. But that's going to be up the question. So it's going to be the gate peg by the fork, unless I get up there and that's unfishable. If it is, then what I'll do, I'll have to come home and I'll have to wait until later in the week, because I do think from tomorrow onwards, from Tuesday onwards down here, it's supposed to be basically mostly dry but cold. That's the other thing, it's going to be extremely cold. So I'm going to have to put all my gear on, wet weather gear, and I'm probably going to get plastered in mud, so is my bike as well. But that's all part of it, and I look forward to going, and I'll film it the best I can and see how we get on. So I hope you all had a great Christmas anyway. I did, although to be honest with you, I've been eating a load of rubbish, you know what I mean, and I feel a bit crap now, to be honest, because generally speaking I actually eat quite healthy really, but these last 3 or 4 days, oh God. Anyway, it is Christmas, isn't it? So anyway, I'll enough of me waffling on as usual, and I'll see you tomorrow when I get there, and hopefully we can catch something. Bye for now. Well, we're up here. It's it's exactly as I expected it to be. It's in fact it's worse. It's worse than I expected it to be. This is the worst I've actually seen it. It really is. I mean, I must be bloody mad, but I want to get a session in, even if it's only for 2 or 3 hours. This is the gate peg where I normally fish when it's flooded like this, and I'll give you a shot of what it's like behind me. I can. That is what it's like right across the fields. Now I've got to be very, very careful here, because I think the river levels are falling, the tide's falling at the moment, it's going down. But I've got to be careful, because when that tide starts coming back up again, if it starts coming over this footpath, because that's exactly where I'm fishing from, is the footpath. It's unbelievable, it really is. I've got my ground bait knocked up, smelly ground bait today. Well, I'm using the fish meal, but I've got cheese and garlic ground bait with me. The only thing is with that cheese and garlic ground bait, it's got pellet and that in it. I didn't really want to have any loose feed in the ground bait today. Very, very coloured, very coloured. So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to use the one rod, and there's every chance I could get. I've had a couple of casts out there, and it's a bit iffy, you know, because there's every chance I could get snagged up bringing it in. If it's that bad, then I should just pack up. But let's give it a go anyway and see how we get on. Time wise, it is 25 to 10. But as I say, it's very, very coloured. I'm going to have a quick cup of tea, and then I'm going to get out there. I've just thrown just a couple of golf ball size balls of ground bait out there. No loose feed at all at the moment. Just out there. I just have this cup of tea, and then we'll get cracking. As I say, I don't know how long I'm going to be here till. And I think weather-wise, today, Tuesday, was the best day out the week, from what I can see anyway. What I've got me, I'm using me river ambush rod with Guru Gripper feeder on there, running feeder in between some line stops. I've got about a 2 foot, roughly about 2 foot trace on there. 6 pound main line. I think the hook link is 5, because I'm worried about getting snagged up out there. So anyway, that's what it is, and I'm probably going to start off with a worm towel just to begin with. In fact, no reason why I can't get started. So I'm not going to put any loose feed out there at the moment.
I mean, this could be a disaster. It could well be a disaster. But hey ho, let's give it a go. And then we'll find out. As for what I'm after, well, I'm actually after Bream or maybe a Chub, but in these conditions, anything. Just going to use the tail of a worm and see how we get on. Right, we're away. So I've been really itching to get up here. Just put a couple of small worms cut up in the ground bait, in the feeder. It's cold. I mean, I suppose temperatures outside here today must be around probably about 4 degrees. I don't know what the water is. Bloody cold though, I would imagine. I hope you all had a nice Christmas anyway. I certainly did. So I've got maggots with me as well, which I'll probably end up using at some point. So I've never fished this peg yet. I've never fished this peg yet and not caught anything. I've always caught something, no matter what the conditions have been like here. But I think out of all the times I've fished here, this has got to be the worst it's been. So I've got a fish meal ground bait and a worm tail on the hook. What I'll do, I'll probably do 3 or 4 casts out there pretty close together, just to get some bait out there, get some ground bait out there. But my main concern is it getting snagged up as I reel it in. That's really going to be a problem, I think, but we'll see how it goes. So as you know, this this river's been fishing brilliantly for silverfish on the waggler. Had some great sessions recently on that. As I said earlier, several people have been saying to me, where's the bream? You know, there's no bream being caught. Apart from the odd skimmer. And that's what I'm after today. Although I'm under no illusions it's going to be very difficult. But I've noticed that this particular ground bait really soaks the water up. Really dries out quick. Of course, when I fished here last time, those of you that watch my videos will know I had all those rudd on the waggler. That was a brilliant session in the rain. Rudd after rudd it was. And that was down there. I think today, if I get one fish, I should look at it as a success. Not a breath of wind though. Well, I've had 3 or 4 casts with worm on, nothing doing at the moment, so it doesn't take me long to change to or try red maggots. A couple of swans flying across there. Lovely sight. Always is, as long as they're away from me fishing, I don't mind. Yeah, so I think this is, realistically, I think this is going to be a tough session today. Just waiting for any slight indication, any little taps, just to tell me that there are at least fish in the swim. But at the moment, there hasn't been anything, any sign at all. So it's like a sheet of glass out there, like a glass mirror. I didn't want to go through all this Christmas holiday, go back to work on Monday, because I'll go back on the 4th of January on Monday. I didn't want to go back then, look back and think, well, I never went fishing once. At least I've got up here and I've got a session in, and if I blank, I blank. I'm not really expecting to catch anything, to be honest. Just nice to get up here again, and I've been buying a few bits and pieces online with a little bit of Christmas money I had. bits and pieces, you know, nothing major, but here we go again. It just gets now the worm's still on there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one maggot on there. It's just a case of experimenting today. Oh, I don't know, I think I might leave it. One more chuck. I do like these Guru method feeders, or Guru feeders. Well, we're in. I haven't got a clue what it is. Oh, my target species. Yes, yes, absolutely brilliant. That's what I came here for. Oh, nice one as well. Whew. Oh, great stuff. Well, it took me an hour and it was worth it. Ooh. Look at that, beautiful stuff. Great stuff, that's what I come for. That's what I targeted and it was worth it. Oh, Mr. Bream. It's a proper bream as well. Look at that. What a cracking fish, really is. That's what I come for. A nice bream. So it took me an hour to catch it, but I got it. And that was on worm. So the tactics paid off. Right. Let's get her back. No net today, mate, just straight back. Absolutely delighted. There she goes. Oh, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. It's brilliant when your tactics pay off. That's the second time I've fished this peg now. In flooded conditions as bad as this. And both times I've caught bream. I've caught a bream. The last time I had that bream, I never had nothing else. So, great stuff. Let's get her back out again. I suppose weight wise it was probably around the £3 mark. It certainly hoovered up that worm. I was just about to make myself a cup of tea again. And I just happened to look back at the rod and the rod tip was going. Just shows you though, doesn't it? It's just close in, not far out at all. Right, now I think I will make a cup of tea. It's always a good feeling when you target a certain species and you actually catch it. As I say, there's been a few anglers that have been saying to me that they just haven't seen any bream at all. And then you are proof that they are still here. You may well find, like before, that this is the only one I catch, the only bite I have, but at least it was worth it. At least I've caught. Just saying, this fish meal ground bait, then I've soaked the water up, really dries out quick. I haven't had no more bites since I caught that bream. It could turn out it's the only one again. although it's cold, the conditions are actually, the weather conditions now, you know, I would take this any day. Overcast, no wind, absolutely, you know. Probably going to stay here till about 2:30. Just a slight breeze picking up now, and that's all it needs, and it really cuts through you. Christ, I can hardly feel my fingers. Well, it's 12:15 now, still only the one fish, that bream of just under £3. I haven't had anything else. And I can tell you, it is ice cold. It really is. I can hardly feel my fingers now. But I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. The old sun's just poking through the clouds now. I've used mostly worm on the hook. I've had a couple of casts with maggots, but nothing doing. Well, what I thought might happen has happened. I got snagged up reeling in and lost me feeder. So what I've done, because I've got my other rod already set up, saves me setting up again. I've put that one out. This is my Shakespeare Omni feeder, 8 foot. I've lost my Guru gripper feeder that I had on there, which is a shame. I knew that was always the risk fishing like this, but never mind, we carry on. I think I'm going to have a bite to eat now. It's 12:30. So I'm probably going to stay here for about another hour and a half, and I think that might be it. I can't, my feet and hands, I can hardly feel them. though it's bitterly cold, I'm really enjoying it. Well, still nothing doing. It's 1 o'clock now, just gone 1 o'clock. I stuck a bit of bread flake on. Just see if there's anything there that fancies a bit of bread. Freezing now, I tell you, it really is. Oh God. I think what I'll do in a minute for the last 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to put it out further, out in the main flow a bit more, just see. Because there's nothing doing here. On the hook. Right, let's just put her out a bit further and just see. Got nothing to lose. Actually out in the main flow now. The thing is, I don't really think that's where the bream are going to be. Out there in the main flow of the river. I do also think the constant splash of the feeder going in the water doesn't help. So about another 15 minutes and then I'm going to call it a day. I actually look forward to the ride back home today. Get warmed up a bit. Just before I pack up, I'll just show you, the real conditions here of this river. It's flood floodwater right over the back of the fields. Look, this is behind me. Look, stretching right the way down here, down here. And you've got the fork, which is just down there. It's unbelievable. I'm actually still fishing, but I'm about to bring that in now. Water everywhere. Well, it's 2:15 now, and I've really had enough now. It's absolutely bitter. Really is bitter. I'm going to pack up now and make my way back home. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I've had that one bream of just under £3. No more bites. Just that. That's all I had. Same as before. You know, when I fished up here before, when I had that bream, just the one bream, the one bite, and that was it. And the same again today. It's a cracking fish though. So anyway, I wish you all a happy new year, 2021. I hope you're catching plenty of fish, those of you that go fishing. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.